Justin, early on in OTAs, you mentioned how you and the defense are playing a little bit of a chess game with Russ. How has the offense evolved through training camp, and how has it challenged you guys to get you guys in better position pre-snap and even post-snap?
Yeah, the offense has been, man, it's been really tough to go against. Obviously, like the question you asked with the chess game with Russ, that's been hard in and of itself. I mean, just straight drop back game and trying to figure out, what he's seeing, what matchups he likes, the combinations we're going to get in terms of routes. I think what's really been tough the past few days, now that the offense is really coming together, is just like they're really doing a good job of matching all of their runs and passes and making it all look the same. And so, especially for us as safeties, we have to have like really, really, really good eyes, especially when we're trying to do that shell and hold a two-shell look to confuse a little bit of what we do in the back end. So it's been really fun. It's been really fun, but it's been really challenging. And, man, I think we got a really good team, so I'm excited.
Justin, as a veteran, can you gain anything by playing in preseason games? And if so, what is that?
Yeah, I think there's always I think you can gain a lot from, really doing anything. So you're playing in preseason games. The biggest thing is just like live action. Obviously, with the practices that we have here, we're trying to take care of each other. So a lot of it's just making sure you're in really good position. And there's a lot of, assuming you'd make the tackle, assuming you could get a guy down, assuming you'd be able to break up the ball without actually like diving or things like that. When you're in a live action game, there is no assuming, it's live action. So, those tackles on the sideline, instead of just running out of bounds and assuming you're going to get the tackle, well, now you actually got to use the sideline or, use your teammates that are closing in and pursuing the football and things like that. So I think the number one thing you get out of preseason games, obviously, is a live rep against another team, but more importantly is the fundamentals that you miss in practices.
Coach said it could be a player-to-player decision on who plays if they play. Do you want to play in preseason?
Yeah, it really just all depends on how your body's feeling. My body feels great. I think the schedule has been awesome. Practices have been fun. It's been fun flying around and competing with the guys, and so I really just take it day by day and just trying to figure it out by then. But not playing is never fun. So you always want to get out there and play. Like I always say, man, I wish it was week 1, in Seattle. We're still got plenty way to go before we're ready for that, but just excited to get back to playing.
The new owners talked to you guys today as a team. What were your takeaways or your takeaways of this group?
Yeah, man, it was really cool. And I want to first say, like, I know I showed up right there at the tail end of Mr. B and what the Bolin family has meant to the Broncos community and the organization and, the heritage that they've kind of left behind here. Such a prestigious organization and the standards are just top notch, right? And just such an honor. I felt that coming in and I didn't even have a chance to shake Mr. B's hand or really have a conversation or anything, and I felt that, right? And so obviously, it's bittersweet in some ways because the rich tradition that's been here. But at the same time, what an impressive group, that's kind of being handed over to now. And, man, I'm just so excited. We briefly had a team meeting with them this morning, and we heard from everyone, besides Sir Lewis Hamilton. I know he's in the middle of his season right now. I get what that's like. But it was just really cool hearing from all of them and hearing the vision. A quick 10-minute vision. You talk about like being fired up and ready to go. Man, it was really exciting. So really thankful for the Bolin family and, for Joe Ellis and, what they've done, especially just for me, selfishly, the past few years I've been here, and I'm really looking forward to the future too.
Justin, you talked about how difficult this offense has been to go against. Can you compare and contrast from years past? I'm not asking you to throw anyone under the bus, but can you contrast with offenses that you've seen in the year past? How much more accelerated is this group performance-wise?
Yeah. It's crazy because it's so different across the board, right? Like there's a new, with Coach Hackett and the new offensive play style, the ideas that he has, but also merging that with, Hall of Fame quarterback and the ideas that he has, the plays he's comfortable running, and then like getting those guys to go, right? And I think, like you said, it's never throwing anyone under the bus, but when you have a guy like Russ, Hall of Fame quarterback, he's been in the big time games, he knows what it takes, he knows what it looks like, he knows how to push guys when they need to be pushed, he knows when, he needs to push guys to be more vocal. He knows when he needs to take a step back and let other guys lead so they can take up that mantle of leadership, right? And I think to have a guy like that consistently in practice, both offense, defense, and on special teams, is a true blessing, to the team. I mean, the want to, the grit, the fire, the competitive nature, in him, you can feel that at practice, and it makes everyone better. From top to bottom, every single person out there better, coaches, players, everyone. And so I think that really is the difference maker. We can get into the X's and O's and all that great stuff, and I think there's differences there as well. But I think the main difference factor is having a guy like that on your team each and every day, because he knows what it takes.
To go back to ownership for a second, Melody Hobson is somebody whose philanthropy is kind of in a similar space as you, working with youth and child literacy. When you see somebody like that come in, do you sort of view the opportunities to connect on those kind of situations? Do you feel like it'd be approachable in that way?
Oh, 100%. I think for me, on top of having such great ownership come in, once again, selfishly for me, I get to learn from really amazing people. Top to bottom, Rob Walton, Condoleezza Rice, the whole crew, right? So for me, selfishly, being able to pick their brain, and they talked about that, right? We want to be excellent like it's been both on and off the field. And that's what, at least when I came in, that was what was preached from day one. That's what makes this organization stand out, is just pure excellence in everything that they do on and off the field. And so me personally, I'm just super excited to kind of pick brains about that and figure out what I can do to be a little bit more involved or things like that.
How much are you looking forward to see diversity in the ownership group?
Yeah, I think that's amazing. Obviously, with what's been going on the past few years, and everyone knows that it's been forever, with what's going on in our world. But I think to see some diversity and to see strong Black women in the ownership group, right, kind of lead that role. What an inspiration, I think for so many people. There's little girls out here whose dad plays on the team, and when they can look up, ownership of the Broncos, they can see someone that looks just like them. And I think that's really great. But I think the biggest thing on top of that is they didn't just do that to do that. These are really powerful, qualified individuals that deserve this, right? Earned this, worked for this. And that, to me, is inspiring. Lets you know that each and every day you have the opportunity. It's just what are you doing with the opportunities you're given to take advantage of, any given moment.